There's an old folk song called "The Man Who Wouldn't Hoe His Corn." There are two versions of it. One is by John Renbourn, another recently by Alison Krauss and Union Station. Like a lot of other people, I discovered Alison Krauss and Union Station after the film, oh, you know the one, Oh Brother Where Art Thou? Great film that. Yeah, got into bluegrass. But yeah, the farmer who wouldn't hoe his corn. It's a great song. Basically it's about a farmer who wouldn't hoe his corn. And as a result he didn't get much of a crop, and the pretty girl wouldn't marry him. Because I won't marry a man who's so lazy he won't hoe his corn. Great song. Anyway, this is Julia hoeing some onions, sewing between the onions. There's lots of different hoes. Basically, this is a sort of push-pull hoe. This is nice. This cuts both ways, and very lightweight, very light. It's made by Wolf tools. They make sort of various detachable heads that you can to and fro.
See how I can push there?
Yeah.
But then when I've got a weed that's very near the onion, I don't want to push because I might cut the onion, so I'm going to just pull that away. Yeah,
that's one way of doing it, yeah. Because the more traditional hoe is we've got these African hoes, or Shillington hoes that we use. They're big, heavy hoes, otherwise than potato hoes. But this is an important job to do, and it's one reason why it's a good idea to be, as within reason, as careful as you can when you're planting your vegetables, to plant them in straight lines. That way you can hoe in between them better. It's better to do it on a dry day. In fact, we have had a drought. There's been a tiny, tiny sprinkle of rain overnight. But it's better to do it when it's dry, because then the weeds die quicker. Obviously a hoe is a dangerous instrument. I mean, you can quite easily destroy, if you're not careful, you can end up destroying the plants, so do be careful. It's not that Julie's the only one who ever does any work here. She does do a lot of the vegetable garden work particularly. Anyway, here's a really boring video about hoeing. I've had very, very few negative comments on this channel, but somebody did post a comment about a year and a half ago. I think he might have used one or two rude words, I can't remember for sure. But he said, what's his name, is interested in growing apples, get a life, you so-and-so. To which I think I responded, thanks for the comment. Obviously some people are interested in growing apples. I am, and I have a life, and I'm very thankful for it. But anyway, hoeing, hoeing between the rows of vegetables to get the weeds down, it's boring, repetitive manual work. Yeah. But you can't do it with an iPhone. There is no iPhone app which will enable you to hoe your vegetables.
That young man only has a life because somebody was prepared to do the boring work and grow food for him.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Oberon War, sadly we've lost him now for 10 years, one of my favourite writers. He said, when you hear children complaining about being bored, he said, well, you better tell them to bloody well get used to it, because if they're actually going, to survive as functioning adults, they're going to have to get used to a bit of boredom. I mean, I'm a doctor, I have a very interesting job, but, I have a lot of form filling in, and I have a lot of, oh no, not again, and, there's a whole lot of boredom in life, and you need to learn to deal with boring jobs. Whistle while you work. There is such a thing as a hoe down. Everyone ever heard of as Aaron Copland, the famous American songwriter, also a musician, composer, very famous for his Appalachian Spring and Fanfare for the Common Man, and Hoedown, which I believe Emerson, Lake and Palmer did a version of Hoedown, didn't they? Or something like that.
If you can command your own working life, you don't have to hoe all day. You can do hoeing for half an hour, and then it's interesting, and then you can go on to do another job. Plenty of other jobs to do.
I mean, hoeing is a boring job, but on the other hand, it's got to be done, and as I said, I'll finish there. That's probably enough to say. But if you didn't have a hoe, you couldn't have a hoe down, could you?